Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Let's see cross-metric correlation with other KPIs in call centers. Forecasting is not an isolated workforce management function. It's the anchor KPI that influences and is influenced by operations, finance, and customer experience alike. In simple terms, accurate forecasting is the invisible thread. Cost, performance, and satisfaction. Let's begin with the first correlation, forecasting and service level. Forecast accuracy directly determines whether service level targets. For example, 80% of calls answered in 20 seconds are achieved. Here's the logic chain. Underforecasting leads to understaffing, longer wait times, and service level breaches. Overforecasting leads to overstaffing, idle time, and unnecessary cost. Every 5% error in call volume forecast can shift sermons by 3 to 5 percentage points in either direction. The healthy zone? Keeping forecast deviation within plus or minus 2% helps maintain a stable and predictable service level. Forecasting and its correlation with average speed of answer, also known as ASA, and average wait time, or AWT. Accurate forecasts ensure that the right number of agents are scheduled at the right times, directly reducing average wait time and improving ASA. Forecasts, however, cause unexpected queue buildups, even when total daily staffing looks sufficient on paper. Let's look at an example. If the forecast predicted 900 calls at 10 a, but the actual volume turned out to be 1200, that % gap, and the average speed of answer could easily triple. The key learning here is simple. Intraday forecasting accuracy matters far more than daily totals when it comes to controlling ASA and wait times. Forecasting and its correlation with occupancy and utilization. Forecasting drives workload allocation, and workload accuracy directly influences how efficiently your workforce is utilized. Here's the interdependence. When the forecast is underestimated, occupancy spikes above 90%, agents become overburdened, burnout increases, and quality declines. When the forecast is overestimated, occupancy drops below 70%, leading to idle time and higher cost per call. The sweet spot lies in balance. Calibrated forecast keeps occupancy between 80 and 85%. Ensuring agents are productive, service levels are stable, and costs remain under control. Forecasting and its correlation with average handle time, commonly known as AHT. This is a two-way relationship. First, forecasting uses AHT as a key input for workload modeling, because higher handle times mean more agent hours needed to serve the same number. Second, AHT deviations feed directly back into forecasting accuracy. If AHT rises by 15%, but the forecast still assumes the older, lower value, you'll face a staffing shortfall even if the call volume forecast itself was perfect. The best practice is clear. Always forecast AHT and volume separately, and then multiply them to estimate the true workload in Erlangs. That's how you protect both accuracy and service stability. Forecasting and its correlation with shrinkage and adherence. Shrinkage and adherence directly influence how much of your forecasted capacity actually converts into real, available staffing. Here's how the interaction works. When shrinkage, both planned and unplanned, the available FTEs drop, and the forecasted staffing buffer becomes insufficient. Similarly, when adherence is poor, actual capacity deviates from what the forecast assumed, even if the headcount was correct. The key insight: shrinkage and adherence variances are hidden forecast supply side. They silently distort service delivery accuracy, even when the demand forecast itself is perfect. Forecasting and its correlation with FTE and headcount planning. Forecasting is the foundation for every staffing decision. It determines expected contact volume, converts it into workload, and translates that workload into the number of full-time equivalents required. Here's the impact chain. A forecast error at the volume stage cascades down the line, leading to incorrect hiring, training, or seat planning. The result? Either costly overstaffing or a service-level breach from understaffing. A useful rule: a 3% error in volume forecast can shift your monthly FTE requirement by plus or minus 2 to 3%. That's why forecast precision is the first step toward cost control and workforce balance. Forecasting and its connection with cost to serve, often called CTS. Forecast accuracy has a direct impact on both operational cost and profitability per contact. When you overforecast, you end up with extra paid hours and idle capacity, which increases the total. When you underforecast, you risk SLA breaches, overtime, and burnout, which also increases cost to serve. In both cases, forecasting errors push CTS upward. Remember the simple formula: cost to serve equals total cost divided contact served. Accurate forecasting keeps both parts in balance. It stabilizes the denominator by predicting demand correctly, and it controls the numerator by optimizing labor and resource costs. Forecasting and its financial linkage with bill-to-cost and bill-to-pay ratios. In the BPO world, these ratios represent operational profitability, and forecasting plays a crucial role in keeping them healthy. When you overforecast, you inflate the cost side because all needs to be paid. When you underforecast, you risk SLA penalties and missed billing targets, both of which reduce the bill-to-pay ratio. The insight is clear. Consistent forecast accuracy is the foundation of margin stability. For reference, a healthy bill typically ranges between 1.2 and 1.6. Accurate forecasting keeps delivery efficient, margins intact, and financial performance predictable. Forecasting and its impact on client SLA compliance. Service level, response time, and abandon rate all depend on how accurately staffing is forecasted. Here's a simple scenario. The client SLA target is 85% within 30 seconds. But if the forecast is off by 10%, the center could easily miss the SLA by 5 points, triggering penalties or client escalations. That's why forecasting accuracy is not just an operational metric. It's a leading indicator of SLA compliance health. The more trust, the stronger your service level consistency, client trust, and contractual performance become. Let's talk about the hidden connection between forecasting accuracy, attrition, and agent morale. When a forecast consistently underestimates demand, agents end up overloaded, they handle non-stop queues, feel constant pressure, and eventually burn out. On the other hand, overestimates demand, agents experience long idle times, boredom, and a sense of underutilization. Both extremes lead to frustration and, over time, increased attrition. Here's the key takeaway. Sustained forecast inaccuracy quietly damages engagement and workplace culture. As a leader or workforce planner, your goal is to find that sweet spot. The balance where staffing matches demand, agents stay productive yet not overwhelmed, and morale remains strong. Accurate forecasting isn't just a data exercise, it's a people strategy that protects your most valuable asset, your team. Now let's explore how forecasting directly impacts customer experience metrics like CSAT, NPS, and first contact resolution. Think about this cascade. When forecasts underestimate demand, queues build up. Longer wait times lead to frustration leads to lower CSAT and NPS scores. And when staffing is unstable, agents rush or multitask poorly, causing inconsistent FCR rates. Here's a quick example. A 10% under forecast led to 20% longer AVR. The result? Customer satisfaction dropped by 8 full points. The lesson here is clear. Forecast accuracy is an upstream driver of customer satisfaction consistency. Get the forecast right, and you protect both your service experience and your brand reputation. Let's now explore how forecasting and automation, especially AI, work hand in hand to drive efficiency in modern contact centers. Accurate forecasting doesn't just help people scheduling, it also enhances how AI systems allocate and optimize resources. Think a relationship. When forecasting is accurate, AI can better predict when to deploy self-service channels, chatbots, or IVR containment. In return, AI improves forecasting accuracy through learning loops, real-time data, and predictive adjustments. It connects. IVR containment reduces the live contact volume forecast. Chatbots decrease manual workload but require deflection tracking. AI-powered forecasting models continuously learn and improve accuracy. The key insight is simple. It both uses forecasting data and enhances it, creating a predictive intelligence cycle. Together, they form a continuous feedback loop that makes the entire operation smarter, faster, and more efficient over time. Let's look at how forecasting accuracy directly impacts productivity and performance KPIs in a contact center. When forecasts are precise, every agent's effort is perfectly aligned with customer demand. That balance drives stronger outcomes across key productivity metrics: conversion rate, right party contact or RPC, calls per productive hour, and overall utilization efficiency. The message here is simple. Forecasting precision doesn't improve productivity by adding more hours, but hours to the right workload. When people, process, and timing are in sync, output per hour naturally rises. And that's how accurate forecasting unlocks your center's true productivity potential. Now let's connect forecasting with financial planning and return on investment. Accurate forecasting gives finance and operations the power to see the future in numbers, not guesses. It allows them to predict labor costs for each period, model profitability under different scenarios, and even calculate the return on investment for automation initiatives based on projected savings. From an economic standpoint, forecasting is the backbone of capacity, cost, and capital allocation accuracy. When forecasting is strong, every investment and every efficiency plan stands on solid ground. Let's explore how forecasting supports business continuity and risk management in a contact center. Accurate forecasting isn't just about predicting demand, it's also about preparing for disruption. Forecast models help simulate contingencies such as system outages, strikes, and severe weather events. This enables teams to plan alternative staffing, rerouting, or recovery strategies before the disruption actually happens. In essence, forecasting transforms your approach from reactive firefighting to proactive risk mitigation. When forecast into the organization's business continuity management system, it strengthens resilience, ensures smoother recovery, and keeps operations running even under pressure. Let's summarize the cross-metric insights and understand why forecasting sits at the heart of every key performance indicator in a contact center. Forecasting directly connects with multiple areas of performance. Service level, average speed of answer, and wait time, these are operational metrics that move directly with forecast accuracy. Occupancy, average handle time, and FTE, these reflect resource efficiency, where the relationship is two-way and mutually dependent. Cost to serve and bill to cost ratios, these define financial health and profitability, both directly shaped by accurate forecasting. Attrition and shrinkage, they respond indirectly, because when forecasts are stable, workloads are predictable and agent stress is reduced. Customer experience metrics like CSAT, first contact resolution, and NPS, these improve through the cascading effect of better forecasting. And finally, AI efficiency and automation, a synergistic link where accurate forecasts enhance AI performance and AI further sharpens forecast accuracy. Here's the key takeaway. Forecasting accuracy is the root variable influencing more than 70% of all core KPIs in a contact center. A consistent, factor-aware forecast acts as the control tower, aligning performance, cost, and customer experience into one unified operational rhythm. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.